Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for April 21st, going into the 22nd. Hope everybody had a good day trading today. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 index. Okay, we've been bullish overall from 3502, and we've rallied 3,683.75 into the bull trend. A lot of other bullish calls in here. I won't go over all those medium time frame calls. On a shorter time frame, though, we held exhaustion on a pullback on the lows at 63.53 and a quarter, and we've bounced 832.5. I said the trade above 64.8175 to 83.50 would project this upward 125 plus. We've attained 702.25, and then the trade above 65.6650. I said warned of continued strength likely for 245 points plus. We've seen 619.25 so far. Maintain gap lower tomorrow. We'll leave a minor bearish reversal above. Also, I would note, I showed you this graph once before. This is a daily continuation graph. Just on the overall basis, basically from the 23rd of March, 2020, we've been in this bull trend. We've not violated this main line below it. However, I warned that we were up into likely the last stages of this trend with exhaustion levels down. This main exhaustion area here comprised of two levels. And then this main exhaustion level here. We had held the bottom of this initially, then the top of this initially, took it out, and then I said we were likely headed up to the next level. We held this here a number of times in the lower parts, but now we've broken back up into that range. So the next higher level of that range is going to be at 72.99 and a quarter, 50. Take that out. The next higher one is going to be much higher at 83.25, 75. If this fails back down through these highs in here over the next couple of days, we could see this capitulate and come off a bit more. And like I said, a maintained gap lower tomorrow will leave a minor bearish reversal above. In the gold, came off today. Did not quite leave a bearish gap above. Okay, I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff. We held exhaustion at 49.1610 with the 49.1770 high and rolled over 165.7. That was from here, and we rolled over even more than that, down to 47.12. And I said that the minimum target, if this is a bearish correction, would be down at 46.538. So we're getting close to that. And then I said to break below 48.1850 projects us downward 45 minimum, 350 plus maximum. That is off hold as we took out this lower formation here. Also, I said the decent trade below 47.8730 plus 10 per hour. We'll project this downward 75 minimum, 340 plus maximum. And we broke below where that came in at. $47.9230. It came off to 47.12, attaining that minimum. Of 75. And of course, if we do see this bearish correction, it could be deeper than that. That would just be the minimum target. And also just on a general basis, these highs are losing momentum on the rollover here, and the lows are losing momentum as well. And finally, in the Bitcoin, I'm not going to go over all the higher time frame stuff in here. The trade above 65,585 has brought in 12,960 of the strength warned about. And we have a number of other bullish calls in here that I won't go over all those as well. Decent trade below this formation right here, which is going to come in at 75,845 plus 34 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll project this lower. If we break below there decently and back up through it decently, look for decent short covering to come in. Maintain gap higher in here tomorrow would be bullish. A decent penetration in there overnight is going to be 1195 up until tomorrow's open. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's podcast.